When planning learning activities, you should consider the types of activities students will need to engage in order to develop the skills and knowledge required to demonstrate effective learning in the course. Learning activities should be directly related to the learning objectives of the course, and provide experiences that will enable students to engage in, practice, and gain feedback on specific progress towards those objectives. As you plan your learning activities, estimate how much time you will spend on each. Build in time for extended explanation or discussion, but also be prepared to move on quickly to different applications or problems, and to identify strategies that check for understanding. Some questions to think about as you design the learning activities you will use are: what will I do to explain the topic? What will I do to illustrate the topic in a different way? How can I engage students in the topic? What are some relevant real-life examples, analogies, or situations that can help students understand the topic? What will students need to do to help them understand the topic better? Many activities can be used to engage learners. The activity types, i.e., what the student is doing, and their examples provided below are by no means an exhaustive list, but will help you in thinking through how best to design and deliver high-impact learning experiences for your students in a typical lesson. Interaction with content. Students are more likely to retain information presented in these ways if they are asked to interact with the material in some way. Drill and practice. Problem/task is presented to students where they are asked to provide the answer, may be timed or untimed. Lecture. Convey concepts verbally, often with visual aids, e.g. presentation slides. Quiz. Exercise to assess the level of student understanding. Questions can take many forms, e.g. multiple choice, short-structured, essay, etc. Student presentation. Oral report where students share their research on a topic and take on a position and/or role. Interaction with digital content. Students experiment with decision-making and visualize the effects and/or consequences in virtual environments. Game. Goal-oriented exercise that encourages collaboration and/or competition within a controlled virtual environment. Simulation. Replica or representation of a real-world phenomenon that enables relationships, contexts, and concepts to be studied. Interaction with others, peer relationships, informal support structures, and teacher-student interactions/relationships. Debate. Verbal activity in which two or more differing viewpoints on a subject are presented and argued. Discussion. Formal/informal conversation on a given topic/question where the instructor facilitates student sharing of responses to the questions and building upon those responses. Feedback. Information provided by the instructor and/or peers regarding aspects of one's performance or understanding. Guest speaker. Feelings, thoughts, ideas, and experiences specific to a given topic are shared by an invited presenter. Problem-solving and critical thinking. Presenting students with a problem, scenario, case, challenge, or design issue, which they are then asked to address or deal with, provides students with opportunities to think about or use knowledge and information in new and different ways. Case study. Detailed story, true or fictional, that students analyze in detail to identify the underlying principles, practices, or lessons it contains. Concept mapping. Graphical representation of related information in which common or shared concepts are linked together. Real-world projects. Planned set of interrelated tasks to be executed over a fixed period and within certain cost and other limitations, either individually or collaboratively. Reflection. The process of reflection starts with the student thinking about what they already know and have experienced in relation to the topic being explored/learnt. This is followed by analysis of why the student thinks about the topic in the way they do, and what assumptions, attitudes, and beliefs they have about, and bring to learning about the topic. Reflection journal. Written records of students' intellectual and emotional reactions to a given topic on a regular basis, e.g. weekly after each lesson. It is important that each learning activity in the lesson must be aligned to the lesson's learning objectives, meaningfully engage students in active, constructive, authentic, and collaborative ways, and useful where the student is able to take what they have learned from engaging with the activity and use it in another context, or for another purpose.